Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to dig into the top 5 mistakes that people make when they're trying to learn the infamous sweep picking technique. Mistake number 1, poor left hand accuracy and flexibility. Most people think with sweep picking that it's all about the right hand. If your left hand is not in shape, it's not flexible, it's not accurate, then there is no chance in hell you are going to be able to sweep pick. When you're sweep picking, your left hand is actually working overtime because it's moving in ways that are very unfamiliar and unnatural to most guitarists who come up learning scales like we traditionally do. Most of the time we're playing maximum 2 notes a string on this left hand. So it means that we're jumping all over the place and we have to be really agile, nimble, flexible and dexterous on this left hand. And if this left hand is underdeveloped, you have no chance of sweep picking. Mistake number 2, your left hand sucks so that you can't actually arpeggiate your chords properly and they're bleeding together and being sloppy and messy. So when we are sweep picking, we are playing arpeggios, which means we are playing broken up chords. We do not want the left hand to allow the notes to bleed into each other, and if it does, we get a chord sound, we get ringing through and what is called note bleed. If we have bleed, we are going to be extremely sloppy on the guitar, and our arpeggios are not going to sound anywhere near as good as we want them to, and even if we manage to get quite fast with, say, the right hand and the left hand, it's just not going to sound very clear. And that means you're not going to be impressive when you're trying to sweep pick. Mistake number 3, your fretboard knowledge sucks. Most people will only learn a couple of arpeggio shapes from some songs or some solos where they've seen a guy tackle a little lick. We want to learn everything all across the board so that we have the flexibility to come up with really cool, different patterns and creative passages of music. We also want our technique to support this, so we need to study the fretboard fully and comprehensively and learn our arpeggio system inside and out so that we know what we're doing and we can be creative and come up with cooler stuff. Mistake number 4, your right hand sucks. Now notice how I put this at number 4 and not at number 1. People think that sweep picking is all about the right hand. We need the left hand in place first, and then we need to start working on the right hand mechanics. You have to learn to fall through the strings and pick in a very different way that you do with alternate picking or legato, where you actually fall through the strings and use your arm quite a lot to get the motion. And then we also need to learn to tilt and slant the pick. Mistake number 5, your practice sucks. If your practice sucks, then everything else is gonna suck. This is the boss battle for most guitarists. Developing sweep picking chops requires a hell of a lot of attention to detail over an extended period of time. It also requires a hell of a lot of muscle memory, and it takes months to develop this. So if you aren't practicing every day and practicing with an appropriate structure, then you aren't going to get the results that you want. Sweep picking also tends to break people. You come up against your demons with a technique like this. So you have to be prepared for that. You're going to come up against some emotions and you have to push through those, and you have to have the discipline to get through the rough patch of sweep picking and come out the other side. So let's now get into some solutions together and work on you becoming a sweep picking freak.